Good morning, everybody. This is your host, Ghazala with the first episode of my podcast, The Ebb and Flow of Life. Why did I choose the name The Ebb and Flow of Life? What does it mean? Ebb and flow means a recurrent or rhythmical pattern of coming and going or decline and regrowth. This expression makes reference to the regular movement of the tides, where ebb means move away from the land and flow, move back towards it. Ups and downs are a constant in life. I have been belted into that roller coaster numerous times. What goes up must come down. If not today, then tomorrow or the day after. The point of this is not to prompt worry or anxiety. It is just a reminder, don't take anything for granted. In the blink of an eye, you can undo hard work and careful planning. We don't know what tomorrow has in store for us. Conceding that things will never get better, that is just not true. I have had my share of rocky, bumpy roads and strong winds. That is what has made me what I am today. I have 30 years plus of experience volunteering for the Indian Pakistani community. In my conversations with women around me, I have seen them carrying unbearable and unimaginable burdens. If all of us just keep one thing in mind, that at one point of time, there has been someone else who has been through something similar to what you are going through now, and that this person has probably managed to move past their insecurities and their fears in a way that made them feel stronger, braver, and wiser. What I am saying is seek the recommendation or the suggestion of that person, whether it is through their book, through their art, painting, music, podcast, etc., and allow their story to inspire you. The most important thing that I would tell you, look within yourself. No matter what kind of difficulties, upheavals, and challenges we go through, each one of us have something deep within us that we can reach down and find the inner strength to get through them. People may be inspired when we are courageous enough and make our private struggles public. In this first episode, I'm going to share with you some struggles that I had in my life. Together, we can listen to each other, hear the valuable stories of life lessons shared, and enrich someone else's life. I got married in 1980. Javed, along with 12 members of his family, specially flew down to Delhi from Chicago. My wedding celebrations were truly elaborate. It was an arranged marriage, and the first time I got to meet him was on the day of my wedding. There was a lot of adjustment that was required in the early stages of my marriage. There were good times and bad, joyful moments, times of ecstasy, passion, and times of quiet contentment in the 28 years that I spent with him. We raised 3 children. Just when I thought that life was wonderful, Javed fell sick and my world came crumbling down. I lost him 12 years ago due to renal failure. He was only 55 years old. While I was taking care of him, I was informed that I was let go from work. Javed was a real estate investor. You probably have heard of the housing marketing crash of 2007-2008. I knew nothing at all about real estate. I tried to manage his business but failed miserably. The depressing reality for me and probably for thousands of others was that a lifetime of savings had been mostly wiped out. This period of my life was a very dark one. I felt I was taken away from the pinnacle of a mountain and placed in a dungeon. I had to strip away all the inessential. Time has passed swiftly amid the storms and stresses of so many events. God has blessed me with 3 sons. I have tremendous respect for them. They were there for me when I was at the lowest ebb of my life. All I can say for my sons and daughters-in-law is that they have treated me with nothing but respect and dignity. As J.K. Rowling aptly said, you will never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both of them have been tested by adversity. I am 64 years old and retired. This is a time of leisure, freed from the fictitious urgencies of earlier days, free to explore whatever I wish, and to bind the thoughts and feelings of a lifetime together. For me, life is a school. Every challenge presented by the world offered me a chance to hone my skills and bring my perceptions into clearer focus. In hindsight, when I look back at my life, I have made some huge mistakes that filled me with chagrin and remorse for quite some time. But to gain maximum benefit from what happened to me, I had to examine my life through a filter of powerful questions. How can I use this experience? What will I do differently next time? Sometimes our instinctive reaction to a mistake is to shift blame elsewhere. It's not my fault. But I'm telling you, it is very empowering to look for our role in the mistake. Taking responsibility for a failure is not fun. Questions like these lead to an inquiry that invited solutions. I had to redefine what I wanted or expected. I had to re-examine my values and goals, which led me to more clarity about my path. This huge incident in my life taught me to accept my fallibility and face my fears. I have shared my experience in this podcast. What worked for me was the result of examining my life through powerful questioning. I guess listening to other people tells us that we are not alone, and that gives us hope. Would you like to be a part of this podcast, The Ebb and Flow of Life, where you can share your experiences about life in general and help others?